Hello and welcome to Universal Love Law. So, today I'm going to be doing a video with you guys all about some call it what medical astrology, but I want to break down the areas of the body that each zodiac sign rules. So in astrology, there's to be said philosophically, as above so below. So when we're talking about astrology on a physical level, we can equate that to the astrological body as well. So throughout history, there are different forms of art depicting, showing the astrological body, and so it correlates to the areas in our physical body that each zodiac sign rules. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through each of the zodiac signs, and I'll also implement some photos so that you guys can have some visuals. But also I wanted to just go through these zodiac signs as a basic general understanding, because when we're understanding astrology, we're understanding our zodiac, our chart. We want to know the characteristics, and advanced astrology can actually predict some things that actually happen to our bodies physically. So there are some very gifted, skilled, and talented astrologers that focus only on medical astrology. And they basically are able to see what's to happen in the future with you, regarding your zodiac signs, the aspects to your zodiac signs, the transits that are happening within your houses in which those signs derive. So, yeah, so you want to know what each sign, especially your sun, moon, and rising, you want to know what area of the body it rules over, and how your sun, moon, and rising, which are your personal planets, are being affected by Chiron, right? Or other more physical aggressive planets like Mars, things of that. It can tell you what a lot about your physique and our body structure, or any injuries that we may have sustained in childhood, right? All of these things you can see in your chart, very skilled astrologers. So, and that's really when working with people one on one. So I also want to let you guys know that I have officially opened up an ability for you guys to book with me consultation. So I have 3 different types of consultations. And what you can do is you can click the link below to my website, and it has a link to my services. Basically breaks it down. You can email me which kind of service you want, if you want me to do that with you. With the more advanced service, I will provide a Zoom opportunity to where we can actually talk about your past, review your chart together, and also with the information that I'll send to you. So if you want to check that out, the information will be in the description below. But let's jump on in. So let's talk about the zodiac from beginning to end. So we'll start with Aries. Aries is Martian, right? It's Mars. And so it rules the face and the eyes and the brain and the head. So you can imagine people that have Aries sun, right? Or Aries first house with Jupiter there. They might have some big heads. No, just kidding. No offense. But so it does rule the head, it rules the face, and it rules the brain. So people that have prominent Aries placements and certain aspects to their Aries placements, depending on where the planet is that has the Aries sign and how it's being aspected, these people can have headaches, migraines, or be prone to having some type of incident in their life where they, get a scar on their head, their face, some type of head or face injury. So that's something to look out for. So moving right along to Taurus. So you guys may or may not know that Taurus actually rules the throat. the neck, the vocal cords, our tonsils, and our thyroids. So that's what Taurus rules. So, like, let's imagine someone with very prominent Taurus placements or Mercury in Taurus. These people may have beautiful singing voices. It rules that area. But, and it's also ruled by Venus. So these people that have that have Taurus placements, certain planets, right? Planets like your sun, moon, and rising. These people may have beautiful, soft voices. It does affect the neck, so they can have really short necks, long necks, or they can have some problems with their thyroids, okay? So, or even have their tonsils removed, right? So it does deal with the upper area of the head, the neck area. So they could also have some pains, cricks in their neck often. Needing like a good neck massage would be great. So, yeah, let's move along. Yeah. Throat, neck, thyroids. Okay, yeah. So, moving along to Gemini. So, those people that have Gemini in their chart, meaning like either your sun, moon, or rising, these people must understand that Gemini rules the arms, the arms. So that's arms, the lungs, the hands, and the shoulders. So it deals a lot with symmetry, okay? Symmetrical, right? The duality that Gemini has, right? The yin and yang, the opposites. Or the dual, right? There's 2 arms, there's 10 fingers on both sides, all of that, right? So it's really important to note that with Gemini, it does rule the lungs, so smoking will not be good for these people, right? If you have a Gemini in the 3rd house, or if you have Gemini placements in your personal planets like Mercury, or Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, you definitely want to be aware of how you smoke. If you do it socially, or if you just do it a lot, it can create illnesses. So these people also, it deals with the hands, so these people could be prone to carpal tunnel, right? And another thing is, it's Mercury. So I did say with that one. So Gemini is Mercury, so it deals with the nervous system, but it deals with the nerves in those areas, right? So these people can be jittery, they can bite their nails. They can have anxiety and be very fidgety, always moving things and doing things, right? That can be their Mercury, Gemini, their Gemini in their chart. That Gemini is Mercury and it rules these areas of the body. So it's really important to remember, stay away from over excessive smoking and those type of things, right? And also being very careful with the way you're manipulating your fingers and your hands. Steer from work that makes you do a lot of work with your hands, because they're prone to that if you have prominent Gemini in your chart, right? So, moving along to Cancer. So you guys may know that the Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it does have an emotional, non-physical aspect to the areas it rules. So, for instance, the Cancer energy rules the chest, the breast, the womb space, the stomach, the diaphragm, and the heart, right? So it deals with these areas, the womb, all of these, sensitive spaces, your sensitive region. This is a very sensitive area for men and women. So these people may have problems with their digestive tracts. These people could be very curvy, and also people that have prominent Cancer in their chart, right? Cancer 4th house people. I have a Cancer moon, and it's in my 4th house, so I have to admit, I love to cook and I love to eat, and I do have that round fullness in me. And it definitely is due to my Cancer moon. I just know it, right? So yeah, so it's very important to know to watch for, weight issues or weight fluctuating up and down. That's very prominent. And it's very important. Remember that non-physical is the emotional aspect of, the area of Cancer that it rules. So it's very important to not internalize negative emotions. So harboring on negative emotions can manifest to pains, okay? In the gut area, in the breast area, in that region. So it's very important to do a lot of healing work, because if you have prominent Cancer placements, it can affect you on a very different level health-wise. It can manifest to that. So let's move on. So next is Leo. So Leo rules the area of the heart, the spine, and the upper back. Okay, so the sun is Leo, right? So it's very important. These people have hearts, big hearts, literally, because Leo rules the heart. So these people can definitely want to stay away from, excessive smoking or anything that can cause any heart problems. Having good heart health is important. Eating a lot of red things, cherries, radish, all of those things, right? You want to have good health with the Leo placement there, because it rules the heart and it rules the spine, the spinal column. So being very careful. These people, there's a pro to that, because the Leo energy, people with prominent Leo energy could be fighters, could have great posture and things of that nature. But at the same time, people with Leo placements have to be very careful with these areas of the body as well. So it can lead to heart disease and a lot of, or even spinal damage from certain incidents. So just being mindful and aware. So this isn't to scare anyone. No, it's not that. But just taking care of the area in which your astrological energy rules, right? Or even just being aware and knowing when you have transits what's happening, right? You want to know these things. So let's move on to Virgo. So those of you guys who have prominent Virgos or sixth house Virgos or sun, moon, and rising Virgos, it's very important to understand that the Virgo deals with the digestive system, a little different than the Cancer, okay? It deals more so with the womb and the stomach, whereas the Virgo rules the system that digests, that intestines. Okay, so it deals with the spleen, the abdomen, the digestive tract. So these people have really good gut feelings, but they should definitely be in tune with their gut health. So Virgo, people with a lot of Virgo prominence and a lot of Virgo placements, they either have, if they are healthy, they have probably very fast digestive tracts. So these people are able to, go to the bathroom fairly quickly, right? Get that out. But they are very in tune with the food that they eat. These people usually don't, prominent Virgo placements, they usually don't have these insane, crazy diets that are like unhealthy. Usually they're health conscious. The Virgo stellium people that have a lot of Virgo placements. And so they're very into that, and they should be into fitness, diet, and nutrition. It's very important, because if they're not, they will have the negative side effect to that. And your gut health is so important. It's very important. One day I'm going to actually get into the gut health, because it's something that I'm very much so drawn to. Maybe it's my seventh house Virgo. But everybody I know, like, I'm always talking about how to have a healthy intestine and healthy foods to eat. Even if you're not just vegan or vegetarian or just, the perfect eater, as long as one is trying to implement certain things in their diet, and I'm just a little bit health conscious for others because I have that Virgo 7th house. So I definitely understand the importance of it, and I have this strong desire to want to teach people about it. So it's really important to know, that it rules that. So next, moving on to Libra. So Libra rules the kidney, the lower back, and the buttocks, okay? The gluteus maximus. So, yeah, so it's really important to note for these people that have a lot of Libra placements. Remember, 7th house in Libra, Aries rising people, right? Or people that have prominent Libra in their sun, moon, and rising personal planets, aspects, strong major aspects to their personal planets. You want to know that, Libra rules this area of the body, especially the kidneys. I know of Libras that actually say they feel the food going down their back, and I've heard that. Like, I've actually heard that. Not to be funny, but it makes sense because the Libra rules the lower back. And so it's very important to be aware of what you're eating. Implement some type of healthy red juice, like some beet juice, something nutritious, because you want to keep those kidneys flushed as a Libra stellium person, right? Or someone with a prominence of Libra in your chart. So next is, we're going to move on to Scorpio. So a lot of you guys know that Scorpio deals with the reproductive system, the bowels, right? So the excretory organs, the sexual organs, the genitals, and the blood. It deals with the blood, interestingly enough. And so it's very important to know that these people are prone to, it's very important to just practice safe encounters with others, because sexually transmitted disease are known in these prominent Scorpio stellium people, right? These people, interesting enough, too, could have intersex. These people can be born hermaphrodites. Not all of them. Don't run around saying, Miss Maisha, Universal of Law, that lady over there, she said that people who have Scorpio stelliums are hermaphrodite. Not true. Don't lie on me. Don't spread rumors. No. So, disclaimer, no. Because I'm a stellium in Scorpio, and I don't have that, right? So, but it can be. There's rumor of some celebrities, like Jamie Lee Curtis, to be intersex, right? Born hermaphrodite. But we're not sure. Disclaimer, what is it? Allegedly. And she's 29-degree Scorpio with a Scorpio Sagittarius stellium in her chart. So it's really interesting. But ultimately, it's very important to have a good hygiene, because it does deal with the hygiene. So these people definitely want to make sure that they're having healthy bowels, regular bowels. If you're having irregular bowels, you definitely want to check that out, because that's not healthy. That means that all that toxic is backed up in you. And these people are prone to having stinky poop. Okay, I'll get off the poop subject. But yeah, so just knowing that there could be some incidents or some type of something happening to you, that area and that space. Also making sure that you have healthy blood, okay? Eating natural foods. Some of the signs deal with these more health conscious areas, where other signs deal with like the bones, like Capricorn. We'll get to that. But like Virgo and Scorpio and Libra, when it's dealing with kidneys and wombs, like the womb, the digestive tract, and the blood. And for Scorpio, it's the blood and the sexual organs and the reproductive, the genitals and the bowels, excretion. So one must understand that it's important to support yourself because you already are at a risk of having problems with those areas because the energy signature in you is just so focused on that physical area in your body. Okay? I know that's complex. Like how is this astrology connected to my physical body? I'm explaining to you now. Moving along to Sagittarius. So with Sagittarius of course rules the hips, the thighs, the liver. And I'll definitely get into that. And the sciatic nerves. So these people are prone to getting up and on the go, and it rules the energy of getting up on the go, which is that area and that space. It's very known that a lot of people that have prominent Sagittarius or people that travel, right? Ninth house Sagittarius, or people that have sun, moon, or rising Sagittarius or Sagittarius stelliums. These people are mostly active, okay? So definitely making sure to be careful because Sagittarius are clumsy, and so you don't want to fall and damage these areas, okay? You don't want to fall and break your hip. You don't want to drink too much, being out having fun. Remember, the liver is ruled by Sagittarius. So it's very important to know that it makes one more at risk of these areas because there's already a strong emphasis or energy in that space, in that area, right? So, wait, yes. And the sciatic nerves, this is because Sagittarius are mostly energetic or active people, even in the home, even if they're not very extroverted but introverted. They're always doing something and on the go. The older they get, they should watch out for their weight. The more weight they gain, the more prone to sciatic nerve damage. Okay, and that really affects one in the legs and the knees, the thighs, or those achy bone feelings. So, and it's not really the bones, it's the nerves. So that's very important to note. So moving along to Capricorn. So one must know that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, right? And I don't think I mentioned the other planets. I got carried away a little bit with the Scorpio, which was Pluto, Mars, Sagittarius, which was Jupiter. But for Saturn, Capricorn energy, people that have prominent 10th house energy or sun, moon, rising in 10th house. Sun, moon, or rising in Capricorn. These people are, or first house Saturn people, right? If your chart ruler is Saturn, so you want to know that it does rule your bones. So these people have a lot of growing pain. It rules the knees, the joints, the skeletal system, the teeth, the skin, the bones. And so a lot of people really don't know that when it comes to the growth of one over time, that deals with Saturn energy. It deals with Capricorn energy. That growing pain is literally a term coined directly from Capricorn as a source. And it deals with the teeth as well. So people that have Capricorn energy, major Capricorn energy, can have distinctive teeth chomping away on things, right? It rules aging, so these people can age very gracefully. But these people could be prone to arthritis. So you want to be very well aware of that. These people have the achy bone syndrome. So let's move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius deals with the lower leg region, right? Not the upper leg, which is like the thighs, Sagittarius energy. More Aquarius deals with the calf, the ankles, the shins, and the circulatory system. So it's really important for Aquarius people to do squats often. Do squats. If you have 11th house Aquarius, or if you have Aquarius stellium, sun, moon, or rising Aquarius, or your chart rulers, Uranus, you definitely want to be very clear. Take care of your feet and take care of your ankles, right? You don't want to just be wearing shoes because they're cute and they're killing your ankles. You don't want to do that. You don't want the bone gristle to be wearing out in your ankles, right? You don't want to grow cankles, right? You want to stay healthy. So making sure that you're doing squats or riding a bike, walking, some type of motion, because it also deals with the circulatory system. You want to make sure your blood's flowing, right? You don't want to get lazy. You don't want to do that. Because Aquarius energy is Uranus and Saturn. So it has a mix of that bones with the circulatory system. So these people could have numbing of the legs often. Waking up with Charlie horses could be a very major theme with people prominent Aquarius energy, or even just people who have transits to their Uranus placements, house placements, or their Aquarius and Uranus house placements, or to the signs that they have in Aquarius. It can show that, right? So yeah. Now, next is, last but not least, is Pisces. So as you guys know, the infamous Pisces does rule the feet. Not all Pisces have foot fetishes, but it definitely could be activated when you when a person has prominent Pisces or Neptune energy in their chart. You have a 12th house stellium, Pisces in the 12th house. 12th house, Pisces, sun, moon, or rising people, or even Pisces rising people, Neptune chart rulers, which I am. These people have to be very careful with problems to their feet and their toes. And it also deals with the lymphatic system. And I know of this. I not only stubbed my toe as a kid and broke it. I've had a lot of feet pain just walking, skin peeling. Oh, I don't want to get into it. My feet are beautiful though. That's one thing Pisces rising people will have is beautiful feet. But it does, Piscean rules the feet, and it can cause a lot of problems to your feet. It can cause injuries to your feet. So it's very important not to do things very quickly or, fast paced, because these people just naturally seem to stub their toe on everything. Also, on a more extreme side, you don't want to have no foot infections, athlete feet, things of that nature does come with prominent Pisces energy, or even transits to your Pisces aspects in your chart. So that's something to really know. So remember, when you're learning about your chart and you're learning about astrology, it's very important to know that astrology always connects to something else, right? Everything connects to something else. So the more you're able to connect different subjects and different broad philosophical viewpoints and ideas and systems and customs, when we make these large connections to these smaller topics, we're able to truly understand the information. So thank you so much for tuning in to my channel, and let me know what experiences you've had with your sun, moon, rising, or other zodiac signs in your chart that may affect these areas of your body. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in, and peace.